Hello, Julie here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to make a project that I saw Angela Kerr do yesterday, I think it was, and it's part of the Garden Story collaboration that her and Rach and Bella have got going on at the moment. Now, she used printed vellum and I tried printing mine, and this vellum must be too thin for my printer. And I tried it once, it did that. I tried it again, it did that on the back. So I'm going to just use plain, I'm going to use this piece of vellum, but I'm going to, I've printed my paper on both sides. Now Angela used a print on one side and white on the other, but so that I can get the effect, I'm going to use a patterned print on the inside. Okay, so now let's get started. What she did was, first of all, you fold this in halves, making sure to match that up nicely, and fold that. Then you take this side and fold it into the centre, putting that right up in there, and matching up your top and bottom so that you've got it nice and straight, and then fold that piece down. Sorry that you can't see it all that well, but there you go, I've folded that piece down. Now it's quite important that you pick a vellum that is a medium weight. I tried this with a really heavy vellum and it just cracked when I folded it, so you don't want anything too heavy. This one, I don't know what thickness it is. It's not in a packet. It's just a piece of vellum that I've had for a long time, and I found that it folded okay. So I'm using that. Angela used 100 GSM. If you are buying one, that would be your weight to go for. So we're doing exactly the same on this side. So we're folding that into the middle. I'm going to burnish that down. Okay, so then we've got that. We've got our piece of vellum folded into 4 even sections. Now, Angela measured up on hers so that it was 6 inches from the top. I'm just going to wing mine, and I'm going to fold this up about that much. I don't know how much that actually is going to give me in height. I suppose I could measure it and see. Well, that's just over 6 inches, so that's fine. I'm not worried about that. Actually, it's just under 6 inches. Let's have a proper look. Oh, well, there you go. It's spot on 6 inches. So I'm just going to make sure this is lined up here, and then I can fold that across there, and hopefully it should work out okay. So it does seem to have got out a little bit. Yeah, it's got out a bit. So the sides of that are not straight. So now I'm going to burnish that down, and we've got this now. Now we're going to fold this one in, so hold your pocket in place and fold that back over. Like so. There, so I'll just use my bone folder to flatten that up. And this one comes in, so we're strengthening this pocket once again, or with a fold in that pocket. Just reminding it where it's supposed to go. We got that nice and straight. Everything's okay there. Now this one has to come forward. So we're going to reverse this fold. Like so. So we've got like a W, or actually an M is a better description of it, because that's the way it's going to go. Okay, so we have now our vellum folded in its correct way, and now we're going to stick the pockets in place. So I'm just going to use some Acrylic glue and glue. Oops, dropsy today. So I will put a link in the description box to Angela's video, so that you can see the original. I'm just going to stick that down there. I'm just going to pat that out so it's not in a big blob, and stick that in place. You can stick on all of the folds if you want to, but it's not really necessary. So I'm just going to stick along here and just smooth that out. Don't want to put too much glue in there because we don't want to reduce the size of our pockets too much. And you can see now that that's slightly overlapping, so I'm just going to trim that up. Slightly protruding, should I say. I don't know whether my vellum wasn't actually square or whether it got out of whack with the folding, but it's sitting okay now. So now that's our insert. So we've got this M shape. Now we're going to glue here and here to make a centre pocket. So once again, I'm just going to smooth that out. And join that up. Now, if you wanted to, you could actually leave this as it is and just have it as a little vellum wallet. I'm going to use my hole punch and put finger grips in the top here, or a little divot. So, like that. Okay. So next we're going to use our pattern paper. Okay, so now I have got my, as I said, my double-sided pattern paper. Now what we need to do is make a cover for this. So where do I want this? That will be the front there, won't it? Okay, that's all right. Okay, so I'm putting this on here, and I'm putting it so that I have just got a little bit of clearance all the way around. Now Angela, when she did hers, she just did hers to fit firmly. I am not that sure that this would work, so what I'm going to do is I've got that mark there. I'm going to fold that over so that this is lining up. Like so. That should be square then. And finish that down. And now just check that that is wide enough. That's sitting there. that is just wide enough. So I'm glad I did allow that little bit extra. Because you've got this folded bit here, I find that it does take up a little bit of paper, so I always like to just allow a little bit. Now then, okay. So I can cut that there, and the height is here. I've already marked the height on the inside. Let's just check that. Yep. So where was my mark here? Here. So I'm going to use my trimmer to cut this because, yeah, that's about the only way I'd get it nice and straight. That off there, and chop this off. Here's my mark here, I think. I better check that, I guess. Yes, it is. So let's line that up. And like so. So that gives me the cover for my little folder. So burnish that, and then making sure that we've got our pockets on the bottom. Just put that in there and see that it's okay. Oh well, not really. So that mustn't be square. It's not. Okay, so now what we're going to do is glue our acetate onto this cover. I'm just going to smooth that out a bit so that I haven't got any globby bits that can show through the acetate. Now position that in there, right to the edge, and right to the edge there. Okay. So let's burnish that down. Like so. Now we're going to do the same for this side. Add the glue to the paper. You could add it to the vellum, it's not going to make that much difference. Just smooth that out a little bit. You could also apply your glue with a sponge and then fold. I'm going to fold that over on top of that, like so. Then burnish that. So while my vellum is plain, or mostly plain, we still get the pattern showing through here, and we still get a nice clear pocket. So that is still a finished thing. But if your printer will print on vellum, well then go ahead and print, and you have your plain white on your inside, and then your pattern from your vellum will show through like it has there. Okay, now the next thing is to decorate your little folder. I will collect up a few items to decorate, and then I will come back. Okay, so I've made some things to go in here, and I have stitched around the front and back covers as well. And I've made 2 tall tags to go in the centre vellum pocket, and I've backed those with coffee dyed paper. So we can put them in place. I've added some coffee dyed ribbony lacy stuff to that as well. So that pokes out the top of our little folder, and you can see the pattern, you can see the tag through the vellum. Very pretty. Okay, now I've also made some other tags. Now these ones I have backed with avocado dyed paper. So I'm going to put the taller one at the front and the shorter one on the pocket, on our vellum pocket, so we can still see a fair amount of our tall tags through the vellum. So that's that. Now Angela did decorate her pockets here as well, but I'm not going to do that. I don't want it to be too bulky, and already the bottom part, because of the pockets and everything, is already a lot bulkier than the top. And Angela made a belly band to go around hers to keep it shut. I'm not going to do that. I'm not a big fan of that. So I might attach this to my journal with a paper clip or something like that, or I might put it in as a side pocket and have a pocket this way, and then this will open this way. I'll see. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do and when I actually add it to my journal. But I did want to put a little something on the front, and I've got this large flower, and I thought I might pop that on there because there is already a big flower on there. But I also thought that I might back it with some of this coffee dyed tulle. Now I had never coffee dyed tulle before, and I have to say it is a bit hit and miss and a bit patchy and not really all that successful, but it is definitely not white, and it was white before, so that's not a bad thing. Now I'm going to fold that in halves like that and put that on there and pop that on top of it. I have inked around that. It's going to poke out over the edges, which I'm quite happy with. That doesn't bother me at all. So I'm just going to put some glue down here, and I don't even mind if that's sort of a bit skewed as well. Pat that down a little bit. It won't actually grip it until I stick this flower on top, so I'm going to put glue out to the end of each of those petals to make sure. Actually, I think it overlaps a bit, so I might have to rub it off of some of them. And I'm going to pop that on there. Goes like that. Oh, that's all right. And stick that down. We could also add a little tag if we wanted to, a little label I mean. There's a few here that come in the kit. Lazy days, flowers and sunshine. I might put the sunshine on there, hey? Yes, so let's ink around that. I'm using a Vintage Photo ink here. Just pop that on there like that. And I'm going to just put something a little bit heavy on this to help that flower stick. Right, so I think that's going to be it for this video. So I have been using a digital kit from SunflowersAndDors called Flowers Now. I think it's called Flowers Now. But I'll put a link to it in the description box anyway, so yeah, if you like the look of it, you could pop over and check it out. Yeah, so anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. I have enjoyed making this little cute little embellishment, and I will be putting that in my new journal that I'm about to start using this paper collection. So yeah, thank you for joining me. If you have a go at this, the trick is to get the right vellum. As I said, I did make one before and the vellum cracked because it was too thick and brittle. So yeah, check that out. Alright, thanks for joining me, and I hope you can join me for my next video. Okay, bye.